continuing, Fresco, at some point in the activist orientation guide, started knocking interest, as if it was a waste. I don't actually remember what he said about it, but he basically said that it was, I don't know, useless or wasteful or something like that. You can find it. I'm not misrepresenting him. He thinks that interest is wrong. Here's the thing, though. Time is a factor in value. All right, it could be said that it's the lowest common denominator. Yeah, in an equation.
That's cool thought.
Yeah, but let's look at this. I'm not going to write out an equation in the air, but let's pretend that we have something that's like a chair. All right, a chair that'll last forever. Let's say. All right, this chair, costs money. Let's say $200. All right, this chair will last forever, right? So, would it be worth more to me if I got this chair today, or I got this chair 20 years from now? Let's say I have 60 years to live, more years to live. That chair would be worth more to me now because I could use it for the next 60 years. I could get that much utility out of it. It would be that much more valuable for me if I were able to use it for 60 years, more valuable than if I were only able to use it for 40 years. Now, if somebody wanted to use that, chair for 20 years and say, give it to me after that, I would say no. I want the chair for 60 years. I mean, I'm losing, I'm losing value. It's devaluing my existence. My existence is that much less plentiful, whatever, if I don't have that chair for the next 60 years, which I already bought. So he says, well, I'll tell you what if I give you $40? I say, $40. To me, that $40, maybe it would be worth it, like I could get the chair eventually, and I've got an extra $40. Hey, what's up with that? That's interest right there. It gives me, it pretty much, I guess it makes me interested in delaying gratification. That's how I remember it in my head what interest is. And it's the same way with an investment. If someone says, "Hey man, I got this idea. I want to make this city that's like circular and it fulfills everyone's needs. Solar power and stuff like that. But it's going to take some time and I need some money. Because I got to buy equipment to do this." I would say, really? Well, what do you want from me? He said, "I want to borrow some money." I say, "Okay, well, I want to use my money. Why should I lend you money?" Well, says, Fresco, I'll pay you 12% interest, so I'll borrow your money and I'll pay you money, for borrowing your money. I say, well, okay, sure. I'll delay gratification. I'll part with some of my money for a little while, and I'll get some interest for it.
I'll delay some of my progress so you can make progress.
Yeah, because with that money, I could be making my own project. I could be making my own city, but I say, no. Okay, Fresco, you can have a bit of my money, and I won't build my city, and I'll just wait. I'll do other things with the amount of money I have.
It's kind of like, fisherman needs string, and so I give him my shirt. Now I'm cold, so that he could fish. He was using the thread from my shirt, so now we can both have fish, but I'm cold, but I was willing to give him the string for some fish. It's pretty obvious, pretty common sense.
Yeah, all of this is really common sense. Seriously, the only people who don't understand this are, economists. All right, for some reason, this is common sense to everyone. Everyone should know this, but for some reason, economists are always 100 or 200 years behind the curve. Except for the Austrian economists, they're always right.
And economists that are maybe really old.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, generally they're pretty okay. The ones that are really old that haven't basically been professors. Because basically the more time there is between you and an institution, the more free you become. The more free your mind becomes, the more efficient you become. The more clear the world looks to you, And that goes back into another perspective, This whole entire thing is basically attacking us for what institutions do. You know, corporations pollute, institutions cause, you know, homogeneity, institutions basically hoard wealth and all that, you know. And so what they want to do is they want to basically centralize the whole entire planet, and they want to, as far as I can see from people who have messaged us, they want to eliminate variety among the followers of Fresco. You know, it's like if someone may give us a message that, you know, it's if everybody just drove the same exact car, then there wouldn't be any envy. You know, there wouldn't be any greed, anything like that. And that goes back to another point that we made in another video, I think, is that you can't eliminate envy and greed.
Yeah, and who the fuck cares about your car? I don't care about cars.
I don't either.
Let someone else be envious. I don't give a fuck.
Don't hold me accountable for other people's bullshit, you know? Just let's presume that there are actually better people out there than what we see on television, you know?
Yeah.
And the whole idea of, I guess, this world without scarcity is basically just completely material-centric. It's a world that's only pandering to people who really want, like, flying space cars and want to be able to fucking, like, I guess have as much food as they want, and they want to have, I guess, whatever neat toy that comes out next.
They get subsistence and toys.
They get subsistence and whatever toy they could dream of, you know? But among people who aren't particularly materialist, they don't really give a fuck about flying cars and shit.
Yeah, you realize have a good book.
Yeah. Or you'd rather just basically have the ability to create things on your own, some independence. The same way, some reason why as a kid you want to create a fucking tree house, and you want to have, you know, your own tree house where you have your own buddies, and just be left alone, and just do your own thing. Just literally create your own world and have your own world, and, you know, it's fun. That's what human beings are naturally all about, you know. That's why everybody likes to get into gardening, and if you don't like to get into gardening, you find some other way to fucking basically sublimate your gardening need, and you, I don't know, you play Sims or play Warcraft or something, which is basically a form of gardening, you know? You're going through and you're just checking up on this character, you're taking care of him, and you're making sure that he's growing and developing, and you're getting something done, you know? That's ultimately what makes people happy, is the ability to just do something on your own and watch it develop, watch it flourish, you know? And hopefully that thing will flourish beyond you, even after you die. Yeah. That's usually what the goal is, you know? As far as the ability to have what the hell I need, you know, in terms of material possessions, I don't give a fuck. I don't need material possessions, to be honest. I mean, I basically have everything I need right here in terms of, like, I could read, you know, whatever the hell books I want. I could listen to whatever the music I want, and whatever the hell, you know, in terms of entertainment and stuff. What a person really needs is basically social networking, as in the ability to achieve his ends through finding people who are willing to help him achieve his ends. You know, and the ability for the system to provide a streamlined, I guess, method of basically social networking, like the same way that we use the internet. Jeff puts human action on that book, and we find people all across the world that respond and say, hey, man, that book's awesome. We should talk to one another. That's invaluable. The ability to network with like-minded individuals and interchange ideals within your own, I guess, little sphere of influence, and the ability to learn from whoever you want to learn from, and the ability to just interact with whoever you want to interact with, and just do your own thing. That's the most valuable thing on the planet. In this future without money, it basically is a gigantic world where you're just bribed out of fucking having no, I guess, concept of real value. I mean, if this world exists without scarcity, it implies that there is absolutely nothing that's uniquely valuable. That everything that anybody wants is theirs immediately, right? But what if I want something unique?
What if I want a $10,000 bass? Or, well, there can't be a price tag. What if I want a really good bass? You know, who am I going to get to make it?
Or even, like, not in terms of materialism. If, let's say that there's, you know, we're all, like, in this BNS project thingy, and we all have whatever we need. Obviously, we're still people, you know, and we still like one another. I'm presuming that we're still going to enjoy one another, and I like this, you know, this lady is an awesome singer. She has the best pipes in the world, dude. I love to hear her voice, you know, and nothing matches it. No matter what's broadcasted through whatever technology, the experience of being there in a room and having her voice reverberate around my space, you know, that is something that's infinitely valuable to me. Can I have that? I guess is that thing, can that experience there, can she become, infinitely available to me? What if she was popular to everyone else on the planet? Could she become infinitely available to every single person on the planet? Because that's what really matters. That's the actual real scarcity that really matters. It's not shit. It's not stuff. I mean, it's only if you live in like a hyper-consumer society, and that's all you're really concerned with, having like, whatever space car or the heck you want to dream of in the future. Honestly, you're going to realize that what really matters is actually people, and the ability to basically interchange time and experience with people. And that's always going to be infinitely scarce. So long as people don't have an infinite amount of patience to wait forever because, of limited lifespan and, because of changing worlds, then you're never going to have everything you want. And you're always going to find a way to have more of what you want, even though you can't. I need to stop it.